Yeah, I can do better here. This is actually my second time recording this. I figured out that it was horribly long when I needed to interrupt Joe and explain reality. I will just let my previous video, this one here, do the explanation for the first clip. I will not interrupt anything. I will not pause. I will not do shit for his first clip. I will make sure that we start so people can like hear his intro, hear what he wants to argue and such, and then I will just shut the fuck up. It became too long explaining reality to him because there's so many lies that he needs to create in order to make sure that his delusion like still holds track.
Hey guys, Joe Blue back again with another episode of Filthy Hunt Cheaters. I've got a quick video for you guys today. One is a retraction of the first clip from the
It's
last
not a retraction.
video that I
It's a
made,
double down.
and just one other clip where I want you guys to fucking explain to me what's going on in this clip. What's going on in this clip? Anyway, so I'm gonna make a retraction on the first clip of the last video, which is this section here. I'll just play it now. So basically, what was happening here was like there was so much weirdness going on with
Not
dudes
at all.
pre-firing, shooting on weird angles. Whenever we were not facing, like our backs were turned, we're getting shot in the back, which made us think, there's some more hacks going on here. So when the person basically ran around with no footsteps, shot mate in the back, I immediately just jumped to the conclusion that they had no footsteps. However, I failed to recognize at the time that they're actually running on carpet here. I mean, it's an easy thing
Irrelevant.
to overlook because you're not always fine indoors in houses that have like carpet.
Completely
It's a
irrelevant.
pretty rare circumstance to remember in your head. And I don't know how anybody who isn't like a 6-star
Irrelevant.
pro that's legit, that like knows every nook and cranny when you're dealing with people in 3-star below average skill. You don't expect people to be
You're below average.
consciously utilizing
He didn't.
the carpet. So I can only assume that it's accidental, right? He doesn't know or
Just like
realize
your mate.
the carpet is actually masking his footsteps.
Just like your mate.
However,
Accident.
it does draw into question
No, it
his
doesn't.
ability to know
He doesn't know.
when my mate's back is turned, which makes me think that the guy is wall hacking. We're
He
going to go
doesn't
back and
know.
we're going to watch this video through just so you can sort of get a sense of how we were feeling about the situation at the time. So we'll go back and play some of this at the beginning as we entered into the to the house in the first place. So let's go watch some of this.
This is just pure bad play by Joe and his teammate.
Just remember where his body is, by the way.
Yep.
So I hear footsteps there, so I'm trying to shoot through the door. He tries to shoot me through the door, so
We can see and we can hear.
Whoops. Them fucking traps.
And why didn't you inform the teammate about the trap?
Bear in mind, I can hear all these footsteps, by the way, over this banish, about to banish, which is where
Irrelevant.
the banish is at its loudest point. So, just for future reference, people who claim you can't hear the footsteps because the banish is going off, like you can hear people running around.
Running, not walking or crouching. Running, yes.
Now, that's an interesting thing there because I'm following this dude round, right? And we can't hear any footsteps, but as soon as my mate runs past them, as soon as his back is showing, they know to step round and take the shot at the back. Right, so
No.
I run round. I know he's on my left somewhere, right? He's on my left, he's running around. Right, so he's there in that corner somewhere. And then as soon as my mate's back is turned, running this way, he knows to shoot in the back. He knows to peek, right? He doesn't want to peek me when I'm facing him and I'm looking him down, but he will peek my mate in.
Fuck. One sound. I needed the hotkeys. Actually, I just realized one thing. If anything, Joe could argue that he shoots and breaks the window over here too fast. But that's about it. I just noticed that with the sound right now because it sounds like glass shattering. If you want to hear it again, you go to this point in the clip.
When I'm facing him and I'm looking him down, but he will peek my mate in the back when he's not looking in the direction of him. Okay? So we've got like suspicious play number 1.
Not at all.
Mate runs into another trap. That's unfortunate. Fucking trappers, mate. Right, so footsteps, 2 steps out, missed the shot. I pick up the bounty.
Take a count. 1, 2, 3.
So it would seem like he's already revived his mate.
No, it wouldn't.
When did he ever get the chance to do that? Remember where his mate is?
Yes.
And when he ran that way, but did you ever hear any footsteps or anything in that direction to ever
He
revive him, even hear them?
He came from that direction. He came from that direction.
Was able to be chased around, yet somehow, at the same time, got his mate up,
Fucking hell.
revived him silently, and knew the exact moment to peek when my mate's back is not turned. And
He didn't peek from there.
When my mate's back is turned. And
He didn't peek from there.
Back. So I go for the revive on my mate quick time.
Now is when when he's reviving his teammate.
The revive in on my mate to even the playing field. Right, so I dark side.
1, 2, 3, 4.
See where they are. Again, just the crazy shot there.
Not really that crazy.
There somewhere, right? Where am I getting shot from?
The same place.
Right, we've got a dude here who's behind this like books case or whatever.
Exactly.
Dude like down here somewhere.
Not down, up.
Right, I see footsteps on the right there.
You're getting shot from the Alice. Blood splatter out here, so you're getting shot in that direction, Joe. He just saw the edge of your body. That's it.
Like, look, is this? Am I just seeing things? That's just like a stain on the cloth, right? It's not like
no, it's
cloud, is it?
That's actually gunpowder cloud from your weapon. You can. I will go back and you can see it here. I think there. See gunpowder? It flies there. See?
Like, look, is this? Am I just seeing things? That's just like a stain on the cloth, right? It's not like a smoke cloud, is it? No, because it says I'm getting shot like directly in front of me. That's where the
blood right here
is coming from. How am I getting shot directly in front of me, like through this, if the dude doesn't have wall hacks?
He's not shooting you through. He's shooting your the edge of your body. This is your awareness level, Joe, or lack of.
Right. Right. So I see like a gunshot coming through here. So I shoot, thinking I'm probably a decent chance to get a shot there, right? And then I shoot to the right just in case that they've ran off a little bit.
And forgot to reload.
Trying to predict their movement. And then they see them run around there with no footsteps, mind you. You can't hear them moving. And I get shot.
Same argument as before.
The bookcase, like bang.
Not through the bookcase.
So right there, the right on the edge of this bookcase.
Yes, we have seen that already.
Try and shoot there.
Fail.
No hit. And then they're there. Like, no footsteps here. Still no footsteps.
Because you're deafened.
Shot straight through.
Not straight through. Blood splatter out here, so you got shot at the edge of your body.
How thick is this?
Oh. This door here, I will come back to a moment Joe said just earlier. I will just remind you that this door here, the bookcase.
And then shot in the back. But this time by their partner, who's just suddenly there with no footsteps to shoot me in the back.
Listen to it again, what he said.
Partner, who's just suddenly there with no footsteps to shoot me in the back.
Again, as you can see, he dark side sees 4 people, goes out.
We've got a dude here who's behind this like books case or whatever. Dude like down here somewhere.
You have the door over here where he is getting shot from.
Right.
And listen to this here.
Whatever. Dude like down here somewhere. Right, footsteps on the right there.
Footsteps on the right there. He's pointing at the door where he's getting shot from. Footsteps at the right there. And you can still hear the footsteps. And now, like, slightly later in the same video, he ignores the footsteps and then creates phantom footsteps, or as he calls it, no footsteps.
And then shot in the back, but this time by their partner, who's just suddenly there with no footsteps to shoot
So this here is the argument that Joe also are fabricating lies.
me in the back.
For that, I will now skip down to this point here. This is a carpet that Joe's partner is walking on. Joe argues that the Alice is then also walking on a carpet. As you come, let me see here.
Pre-firing.
As you see, the carpet ends here. Now your teammate Joe is on wood.
And he runs there to cut
Are making wooden footstep noises.
him off. He's there. Remember,
back on the carpet, making less noise. You can actually hear Joe's teammate making those wooden footstep noises as he goes over. Now.
And he runs there to cut him off.
So they know he's all the way back there, then doesn't make noise, meaning he's moving back into the room again, actually. And just taking a chance for it. Joe needs it to be cheating, and that's what he's going to be continuing to say.
He's there. Remember, he can't hear any footsteps. So you got to use the same argument. Like if we can all agree that the footsteps are being obfuscated by the carpet, my friend's footsteps are also being obfuscated by the carpet. So we shouldn't know which direction my mate's traveling in. Which
Incorrect. He knows what direction he's traveling in. He doesn't know what direction he's facing.
Which angle he's actually covering, unless he's either just going to go in on the idea that I just hope that he's looking that way because my mate's
heard that he's looking that way. That makes absolutely no sense.
Noise, or he has direct knowledge that he's not looking that way.
You need him to have direct knowledge. Otherwise, you would actually need to make an apology video to these people. And that would be all the people that you have accused of cheating. And that's why you're not making an apology video. That's why you're doubling down and saying, I know better. This here is why I'm just creating more lies about it.
And since there's been multiple other instances
of
being shot in the back or through walls or seemingly knowing the exact moment your back is turned, makes me think that it's wall hacks and it's not
I don't care what you think.
You know, look, or just hoping that they're not that they're facing the wrong way. It's like,
why not? It's like, ugh, I cannot explain it. It needs to be cheating.
And then there you go, bang.
And there you go. I cannot explain it. It needs to be cheating.
So I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Already 9 minutes. I've done this in 13. I have added 4 minutes. Already too long fucking time. Already, also the intro. Let's skip past the lies.
Viewer rather than exporting it out because it'll save a little bit of time. Don't really need to go frame by frame. I do have this nudging system, but it's not quite as good as frame by frame.
Irrelevant.
And we'll play from here. So I think I heard some footsteps there.
This here is coming through low 3-star. You heard footsteps from this direction. You are in the open, making the mistake of just sitting there. You heard footsteps. Take cover.
Possibly. Did I hear some footsteps? I thought I might have heard something, but I'm not 100%.
Like you're there for far too long.
I'm like, maybe not. I think my partner says it's red in the point is.
That there indicates that you actually have not seen the video, so you don't know when things happen.
So there is somebody around.
Video replay. Potentially
when he says that.
Here, your partner says it.
Looking over there. Then he
because in just a bit you can also hear it.
Right, footsteps on my left.
You heard footsteps around here. That out there is probably the armored. You have footsteps behind you. common low 3-star level. You're not moving away from the corner. You're still looking down there, giving them the opportunity to look at you. Right there. See? Footsteps right
all of
there.
a sudden, his footsteps are just on top of me.
All of a sudden, you had them down here, Joe. You had footsteps right down there.
Right, footsteps.
Right there. In fact, as your partner moves out, it's more like their footsteps were at the edge here, or somehow hidden behind some object on the other side of the wall, which we cannot see. So it's more likely that the footsteps are coming from down there, the footsteps you can hear. And yeah, then they're all on top of you because... Oh, there we go. Because you're now down with him. Oh, further.
All of a sudden, his footsteps are just on top of me.
Because you're directly next to him.
I know we heard
You moved over to him. He was just sitting still.
footsteps further down, but I'm pretty sure that's his partner.
Further down, when you were also further back. That kind of makes sense, Joe. He was sitting still. You moved over to him. That's why the footsteps are closer to each other, to you now compared to before.
And not this guy. This
Common
guy's
knowledge.
a different person. All of a sudden, his footsteps are just on
Common
top
sense.
of me.
All of a sudden, because he didn't move, and Joe got closer.
Hello, wall partner.
And he indicates he's sitting at the wall. You are now moving over to him, so you're wall partners. He's on the other side of the wall, right there.
His name's Darth Inlander, so he...
And now comes the conspiracy theory together with the prejudice. So all you have to say from now on and out is completely irrelevant.
He identifies with the Sith, so possibly questionable morals. Also American, so, you know, either he's an American in America playing on a server he shouldn't be on and ping abusing, or he could just happen to be an American that lives in the UK or...
He's an American that lives in the UK, US, EU, wow, UK and EU area. So you have absolutely nothing there other than you needing to create some lie in order to make hate towards him even more. And that's all you have right there. And from here on out, everything else you say will automatically be invalid because you already used ad hominem.
in Europe, and
you have no argument.
The ping that you should be getting. However,
you have no argument.
This is Hunt Showdown.
For what you know, he's using the EU service because he lives in EU. For what you know, you have no idea where he's based on, and now you're just creating up lies. Heck, you can change your country on Steam to be whatever it is you want it to be without living in that country at all.
And you think that it's probably likely that maybe this guy's on a server that he shouldn't be on. But well, let's play.
Not necessarily, no. And you heard him run around the wall. You literally heard him run from the corner and around. From here and around.
Maybe this guy's on a server that he shouldn't be on. But well, let's play.
See? So you moved over to someone that was just sitting still. And then you're creating all this like delusional lies about him. He moved away. He's not there anymore.
Okay, it might be important here. Let's just go back a little bit here. Right, so we hear him run off to the right.
Yes.
Footsteps stop.
They are currently somewhere back there.
His footsteps seemingly stop and you can't hear where he goes.
Because of the explosion, and he could be crouching at this moment. Crouching can be heard 20 meters away. Together with you are having some constructions in front of you. So that will obscure the audio line of sight. Audio line direction, whatever you want to call that.
Goes from the short distance that he traveled. Okay,
Footsteps there?
Again.
Footsteps still? He ran further and further away, and you're looking out here.
Again, we hear he runs a short distance, stops again.
He ran like far in this direction here, and you're looking out here. You have no like idea or indication that anyone should be out here. So this makes no sense. In fact, you could utilize this gate here to take care of the armor that has been making noise the entire time.
Right, and my mate sort of heard where he was, so what, we heard him run from here, run for about here, then the explosion happened.
Yeah, probably correct. And then down to where the bench is, so he can vault over.
And then he heard him run off a little bit more, maybe to about here. I'm pretty sure this is where.
No, you cannot determine that. You were too far away, Joe. Together with you had the back to him, so you had no idea the angle and direction and the distance he was traveling. Stop creating all these lies here. Just say, I don't know. My back was turned to him.
Where my mate thinks he is, roughly around here, so he's running to go and peek.
What your mate think is your fabrication of a scenario. You have no evidence that this is the case. Your mate says he's right here or anything. You might have a ping. This here could be a ping. I don't really know. Too bright. White ping would have trouble showing up here. So like I'm just gonna completely invalidate anything and everything you have to say on your mate's behalf.
You can try and get him. And he's like, he's looking this way because he's convinced that he's around here somewhere.
And there you have it. Even his Joe's teammate cannot hear anything. As I said, it came from further to the right, which probably is where the bench is, the stone bench. So you can vault over the wall, and it seemed to be correct.
And then he gets shot from behind, and my mate is convinced that like he never heard anybody over here.
Completely invalid. Your this here is just you creating a scenario. This here does not actually exist whatsoever. You have no proof that this is what your mate thought. You're just creating this to further enhance your own lies. Nothing else.
Never heard anyone behind him to shoot him. It sounded like he ran to about here. He ran in to see where he was around that corner, and then he gets shot from behind. And
isn't that actually called hearsay? I heard someone say this, so this must be the case. You cannot use hearsay in court, so that's invalid. Just like actually here.
He doesn't even know how he got
completely invalid.
So suspicious play number one.
Not at all. Invalid argument. That sounded like you got shot from down here, actually. Yeah, because the shot lands over here, and you're turned this direction when the shot comes. So you got shot from the opening.
Okay, and then his mate partner.
Oh, there's a gate there. Since when was there a gate there? Have I just completely ignored this compound? Jesus Christ.
Just come around the corner while I'm not facing that way, takes a shot at me, misses, but we never.
You were facing that way. You just chose to go back, nothing else. Like, there's nothing with it. You're reading too much into the situation.
Heard his footsteps, and how does he know that I'm not facing that direction?
He doesn't know. That's you needing it.
I mean, sure, he could just be peeking that way, man, but we never heard any footsteps. Like, we heard some footsteps earlier, but when he came around, yeah,
because he didn't move.
Nothing. Now you hear footsteps.
That there, I don't know how he came up to Joe. There was someone I thought it was the armored on the outside. Could be a teammate creeping on the walls, outside of the wall down to the door.
Steps, and he's just shooting me in the back. Now, here his mate there on the other side, on the right hand side.
No, if it was the door, we would have heard the gate. Sorry, metal gate.
Here is mate again.
Wait, no, it's open.
Here is mate again.
Yeah, the gate is open. It's turned in, actually, so he did go through.
I kill his partner. Now his mate's on, like, the next row over of these, like, mausoleums or headstones or whatever you want to call them. And I actually think he's on the other side of this row.
That also indicates is an indication of how bad you are at predicting the location based on the audio cues.
But it's actually further back. It's just the hunt audio making me think that they're a lot closer than they actually are.
No, even in your clip here, I can actually hear that they are slightly far away from you. Breathing around there, still slightly far away from you.
I think he's running around me right now. You know what I'm saying?
He is. He is. Let me show you.
It almost sounds like he's dead ahead of me.
No, it doesn't. He was running here, then peeked from this direction, then walked back, as you can hear.
He's not. He's like the next row over. He comes up. So I try and get this shot on him there, but can't. So I throw a hive to cut him off.
The hive doesn't do shit. A bomb, dynamite would do something. Poison cloud directly through would do something. Even heck, even if you took the hive and threw it through here, it would do more than throwing it all the way over there.
So I can heal. That's the
At this moment in time, what you should be thinking, Joe, is that he's moving up. So you need to be prepared. You don't have time to heal. He's moving up on you.
purpose of throwing the hive isn't necessarily to get him. It's like there's really only one way around to me, and it's you got to come around the gap and then around the next bit, and he's got to go through the hive to get to me. So I'm throwing the hive out there. So
based on what you have drawn down here, you're showing that the hive is too far away, and it seems like you're also trying to fabricate an incorrect direction that he's going.
so that I can heal and not have him push me, right?
I actually think I just heard footsteps.
Heal and not have him push me, right?
I think I heard footsteps right there. Yeah, there are footsteps directly to your left.
And then all of a sudden his footsteps are right on top of me again.
I told you, I think I heard footsteps, and he's even further ahead.
So I'm like, what? Pull out my shotgun, and I think, oh, maybe I'm too far away. Maybe he won't push, but then he does push as soon as I turn off.
Like, as I said, the hive does absolutely nothing, and it showed. It did absolutely nothing.
And then I'm basically like, it's too late. I've already made the incorrect decision. And if you listen, let's go back.
If you listen, then here the hive actually is attracted to him. That's how long time it took for the hive to get to the state where now I'm active and can attack an enemy.
And then all of a sudden his footsteps are right on top of me again. So I'm like, what? Pull out my shotgun, and I think, oh, maybe I'm too far away. Maybe he won't push, but then he does push as soon as
This is low 3-star, high 2-star play. Why would you turn your back to the enemy when you're having a
I
shotgun?
turn off. And then I'm basically like, it's too late. I've already made the incorrect decision. And if you listen, let's go back. I can't go back like that.
Steam is annoying you. You literally have his footsteps there.
Right? Now the hive is killing him.
No,
attacking him. So
attacking him.
Like, look, we can see the hive. I've thrown the hive. We can.
It's back there, yes. Right now, he moved from the corner over here. That's what he did, Joe. Because I said I think I heard footsteps when you used the vitality shot.
See where the hive is. We know where they were. Let's go back further so we can hear their footsteps. Right. So
Footsteps there.
The next row over.
Running.
Around. I think he's going around that way, but he's not.
Because you cannot indicate the correct distance and such. Now he's walking back, as you can hear. He's coming there.
So
Joe's using this tiny moment of throwing the hive and looking through here as, yeah, he cannot be here whatsoever.
Shotgun shot practically nearly killed me for all of my health, but I can guarantee you, like, man probably did like 3.
you're having an entire 50% portion where the spread should not hit him. Plus, you don't know how his shotgun is angled of this thing here. So, yes, he's closer to this obstacle here that most likely will also tank some of the pellets.
Shotgun shot practically nearly killed me for all of my health, but I can guarantee you, like, mine probably did like 3 HP or some shit. Right, cut him off. We had one little step where he was. Right.
Yeah, out here. So right now, he's here on this edge here. He's not running around or anything.
He's around there somewhere, throwing that hive in.
So right now he's still on this one here, on an angle Joe couldn't see when he went in through.
You can see through the crack that he's not standing along that way there.
And as I said, when Joe then takes out the vitality shot and heals himself, I thought I heard a footstep.
Right, so he must be on the corner where he was.
No, he must not. He actually moved closer to you.
Right, or he's gone around the other way.
He didn't go around.
And then as soon as
And now you can hear him right there. So he did move closer.
But then his footsteps are literally right on top of me, dead on top of me.
And that's actually the weird part. You have a little notch where you can move in. You heard him there. Sit here, listen where he's at, then move into the notch. You're scared. That's all there is to argue here. You're scared of a confrontation. That's why you're moving around like you don't want to be in a confrontation with him.
Watch it one more time.
No matter how many times you show it, it will never change.
Right, and we can hear him being attacked by the hives afterwards. Right,
Yes.
Okay, so this is the situation.
Okay, so Joe shot the enemy up there. Joe got shot from this position here. Joe then goes back, throws the hives over there. The enemy moves over here as the hive is coming. So instead of seeing the enemy through here, the enemy's out here.
Here, right? So
what fantasy
here.
are you going to create? Yes.
Right, and they're here.
Yes.
Right, I throw the hive bomb, and it probably lands like around here somewhere.
Seems pretty
so
accurate.
Here.
Seems pretty accurate.
So then you got to ask yourself,
no, we don't.
Can he move to this location here? Let's change the colors.
He can move to that location by doing this here. Because before you throw the hive, you can see through the through the cracks that he's not in here. So he needs to be in this direction, in this angle here. So he can move like this here. And that's it. I said I thought I heard footsteps here, and I clearly did.
So
apparently
how can he move to here?
He's not moving in that direction.
Making any footsteps.
He did make footsteps.
Triggering the hive.
Because the hive have a period of where of when it activates after being broken by the glass. This is just to show that the hive bomb hive bomb breaks, the glass breaks, and by then it still takes some time before the hive is actually able to target anyone. Oh, did it fall up? It fell up. Okay. Cannot use that for shit. We're gonna break it on here instead then. As you can see, it takes a little while before the hive bomb is actually capable of targeting anyone. So, going back to Joe, What happened here was Joe threw the hive bomb. He slowly crouched further over here, and that's when the interaction with, as I said, I heard Joe use the. I heard the enemy do some footsteps, and Joe then took the vitality shot. That's then when he walks around here. The hive starts being triggered by him. You could hear that before Joe even died, and the hive have further to travel, potentially even going in here. So, or going into this one here, so it doesn't have direct line of sight for him. And when he steps back, it then sees him again. Potentially that.
Hive to attack him, right? You can't go this way
Yes, you can.
because you'll trigger the hive immediately and the hive
No,
will
you
attack
wouldn't.
you. You'll start taking damage like
No, you
here,
wouldn't. No, you
and you wouldn't
wouldn't.
get here. You'd run off because you wouldn't want to be.
As I just showed, it takes some time before the hive actually is triggered. And as long as the hive doesn't have direct line of sight to you, it will not go around any obstacles on you or fly above anything towards you. It will only target you as long as you have a direct line of sight to the hive swarm. So if he's down here when it gets triggered, I don't know specifically where he was. Then it would make sense that he then goes around, shoots Joe, and the hive lands here. In that time frame, it would make sense for the hive to fly like this, because it doesn't automatically fly around. That's not how the hive works. It takes the direct path towards you.
Um, Attacked by the hive. His
Nope,
other option would be to like what? Would be to run all the way around and then come around this way.
he wouldn't need to. And he could simply just do that.
But then as soon as you get to like here, the hive would attack you, and then
And that is where I said he was, because he crouched down here as you were throwing the hive, crouched here as you were throwing the hive, and then as you got the vitality shot forward, the hive was ready to attack him. He then makes some footsteps noise and such different things.
you'd be taking damage here, and then you wouldn't push around.
No, if the hive sees him here, he wouldn't only they wouldn't like speed hack all the way down here. They don't fly that fast. In fact, you can run away from them without them catching up.
Because I would take the advantage of you being hit by the
No, you
hive.
wouldn't. You didn't take the
I think the only way to
advantage.
get me without triggering the hive would be to go all the way around
No,
and attack me from this side, so that way you could
the hive is not dangerous. The hive is annoying. It's not dangerous.
bypass the hive altogether, which would give me a chance to heal and then cut them off on this point here. However, somehow he goes from here, ends up here, without any travelling, and without
He does travel and he does make noise. I said that
the
earlier.
hive aggroing onto him. Then he comes around, kills me.
Which is your mistake, because you literally heard him on the other side and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna turn my back to him.
Then the hive goes onto him afterwards. So it's like somehow he's got to this position here without travelling there. So
No, he does travel. I don't know all the details of the hive. I went back to the video. He got shot from the direction over there. He's arguing that you cannot go over here without the hive noticing you. And then out of the blue, he's on directly on top of Joe. Now, Joe just threw the hive. The hive exploded. There. He could be crouching. I don't know if that will make the hive attack you later at a certain distance or such. But I said, I heard footsteps around here. And that I still hear them. Then the hive sees him and he's walking. So it kind of would make sense that he is actually crouching. The hive then sees him, so it needs to travel down. Let me go back here. At that moment, he's around here, essentially crouched the way over here, like this, as I said. Then he starts walking. The hive sees him. The hive then will travel towards him. He then goes around. The hive is stuck here. He kills Joe. He goes back. The hive sees him again. Then he attacks the hive. Or he goes back to handle the hive. The hive will not give a fuck about him as long as the hive does not have direct line of sight and can actually see him even after being triggered.
footstep. Just like when he first showed up, he just appeared right on top of me, and he didn't trigger the hives until after he killed me, which means the hives had
No, that's a blatant lie, Joe. That's a blatant lie. Say it again. Say it again.
top of me, and he didn't trigger the hives until after he killed me.
Here comes the sound of the hive being triggered. That there is the sound the hive makes when being triggered. I will play it one more time so you are all aware. That one there. One more time. That little like scream-ish is the sound of the hive being triggered. Not after he kills you, Joe. As I said, the hive needs a line of sight directly path over to the one it spots. Otherwise, it will just fly into a wall. It's dumb as a doorknob. So if this is your arguments, you're completely like out of the loop of how things works.
From this point to this point, and it just sounds like he's just right on top of. And he didn't trigger the position, which allowed him to move around and kill me before the hive got to him. Which means the only way you can explain this is that somehow
he crouched down here during the time frame of the hive being thrown and the hive not being active after the jar broke, as I showed in the fucking video gameplay in shooting range. The hive will not activate instantly after the bomb being glass being broken. So he had some time. Then he stood up and walked around. That's when the hive also noticed him with a slight scream.
He teleported from this position
No, he didn't.
to this position
He didn't.
to bypass being
he didn't.
Triggered by being aggroed by the hive bomb.
He didn't.
Because it makes no sense that
yes,
you
it does.
all the way past here.
He doesn't walk like that
for a little second, then
why do you need it to be a direct line to that position? He walked like this here. That's why you couldn't see him. You couldn't see him when you threw the hive. If you oh fucking hell.
Walk around, then shoot me, and then the hive comes to you and
no.
attacks you afterwards. That
no.
just wouldn't happen.
Yes, it would.
It would have.
If he walked like I said, down like that, crouching this way here, he also had to waste the time, quote unquote, of you peeking out with the pistol and then going back with a vitality shot. The moment you're not able to see here, then he stands up and the hive sees him. He walks around the corner. As you say, you can hear him directly on top of you. I said I could hear something, some footsteps in this direction when it was you were taking the vitality shot. I literally said it.
Had been triggered as soon as he was at this point here, but it's almost like the hive bomb came in. He probably teleported out of the range, right?
No.
Or speed.
Range. Do you have any idea of how far? Okay, no. That small distance is not far enough to be out of the range of the hive bomb. Jesus Christ, you have no knowledge about the game. Oh my god. I cannot handle this shit here anymore. This kindergarten drawing level of an explanation. Jesus Christ. This is pure insanity. I'll cut it here, otherwise I'm going to take too long.